in between. I think we talked about all the good shit already.
I know. That's what I was saying. I literally was like, dog, we fucking spitting out goddamn jewels right now,
Yeah.
straight pearls, and
Yeah.
like they're
We
spilling
talked
out all
about
over the
good
bathroom
shit
floor.
already. Yeah, we talked about all the good shit already, man. If this shit come out dry,
It's gonna
I
be like,
apologize.
whose fault is that?
That's gonna be my fault,
Well,
man.
you called that.
Nah,
I mean, we can recap.
I mean, we can recap, but I told you already. I don't want to talk. I don't want to get into that. I really don't want to get into all that.
Fair enough.
Because I feel like that's just like, I don't want the trouble. And I don't think it's going to be trouble. I don't want the trouble on my end.
Well, I think it's just an unexplored space that you just feel uncomfortable with.
Okay. So, I've been watching the boy Ali Sadiq. You watch him? You know him? Ali Sadiq, he's a comedian?
Yeah. Hit and Run, I think.
Yeah. He, on one of his specials, he was saying he comes from a place of consequences. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's why I don't explore that space at all. Because if, let's say we do have a conversation, we have that conversation, and then with everything that you just told me, you might want to straighten it up, or flip it around, I find that be better.
There we go.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I find that I find that with what we just discussed, with the nature of the beings out here, that they don't.
That's the critical part of the conversation.
Right. There is no consequence to their actions.
Well, none that have hurt them yet.
I mean,
That's the thing.
and I don't want to, and I feel like I don't want to come off like no fucking tough guy. Let me just keep it.
No, I understand. But you're just coming off as a guy that has his limits. Though.
Right. And kind of like he said, like through trial and error, I know what I'm capable of. And I know to what extent I'm willing to go.
Well, we all know you're a scorched earth nigga.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. and that's the thing. A lot of other cats don't believe that shit until it happened, and then it is what it is. Yeah. Right.
Way too late.
Number two, I'm trying to be a better me.
That's good.
You know what I'm saying?
No, that's
I'm trying to be a better me. Yeah. I'm trying to be a better me, man, because I don't want to. Big or small don't matter.
Right.
To me.
Yeah.
I really don't give a fuck.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I know the kids is well taken care of, which is one of the reasons why I live here in Okinawa.
Same.
So if something was to happen to me, I know that
it's going to be pretty transparent.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, but I don't want to go there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I'm the come to your house guy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm the dude that knock on your door. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Like I said, scorched earth.
Right. So that's why I don't travel down that road. That's why I don't travel down that road. It like I was saying earlier, it's not really important to me. I mean, it is, but it ain't. You know what I'm saying?
Turn that light on too, bro.
Oh, damn. It is, but it ain't. It's going to be a whole bunch of darkness.
Yeah.
It is, but it ain't.
It should be just a twist. Yeah.
Oh.
There we go.
All right. Ah, man. Fucked up the good early part of the damn thing. Anyway. It is, but it ain't.
Right now?
Huh?
Are you recording?
Hell yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm all of this recording. Yes, all this recording. I want all this to be,
Fuck it.
Yeah, fuck it.
I bet.
Shit, I keep that part in there. Yeah, light problems, y'all.
Yeah.
Anyway, long story short, man, I find it best to avoid because, again, of the thing you said, they don't know any consequence. They got the room to wild out here because it's here versus there.
There, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And when I talk about those consequences, I'm talking about the fact that you have more of those type of personalities in that space. Right? So if you go errant, somebody gonna cap you real quick.
Real fucking quick. Yeah.
So I think that is the key part of the conversation when you talk about zip codes.
Yeah.
Being in this particular AOR, you do have more room to stumble, fall, and kind of like wild out, as you put it. And there's not a lot of consequence. There are, But they're the type where it's like, and these are the ones that are actually kind of dangerous when you think about it, because if you start offending the nationals here, the people that are rooted here, the results of bad things happening are actually escalated. Think about it.
Okay.
Like, we could ask you to leave.
Right.
Like,
just
now.
Like that. Yeah.
Now.
Yeah.
You don't care. You gotta go.
I think a lot of people don't. I think a lot of I'm gonna say us.
Yeah.
So everybody can get the.
Yeah.
A lot of us don't believe that shit.
Until it happens.
Yeah. And then they panicking back and forth, like, what am I?
I got nowhere to land.
I got no right. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's one of the things that make, I ain't gonna say me, people like myself. I'm gonna say that. People like myself kind of move in the ways we move.
Exactly.
Because we know, again, I think I said it on the last part or whatever, like, if there was a rule in play where they caught you with a pound of weed and the rule was, we chopping your fucking hand off, we're chopping your goddamn hand off. But nobody believes it
until you walk around seeing your boy like this.
Right, till you walk around with a nub in your hand. You know what I'm saying? So that's that's what I wanted this podcast to be. The do's and the don'ts. Do not do this. Don't do that. You know what I'm saying? Do this. Do it this way if you're going to do it. You know what I'm saying? And not to say that I'm the Bible on these things, but I've been there and done that. Like Hov say, so hopefully you ain't got to go through that. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I wanted to do with this pod is to, you know what I'm saying, to guide, you know, the rules might, some things might have changed, but while some of those things might have changed, that foundation is still the fucking same out here. You know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah, I mean, that's just, I was going to say common sense, but not always a common virtue.
Right.
But here's the thing. So when you talk about do's and don'ts, it's highly subjective. Because what Furious thinks about do's and don'ts is based on a tried and true methodology that was ingrained in me, right? Having been a military dude out here, we got like this much space to move around in. I'm talking about things you can and can't do.
Right.
And then coming back as a civilian, where the space increases considerably,
right.
But there's still left and right lateral limits on it, and there's still top and bottom limits on it. And then it becomes, again, a matter of choice. But at the end of the day, if you are not an Okinawan or you're not a Japanese national, it's a tight wire act.
Yes, it is.
All day.
All day.
And that's why we struggle to try to get jobs. Like the hustle is real, man. Not all of us are fortunate enough to have a whole shit ton of money in the bank, where people are like, I'm on fuck it time right now. But, or your other alternatives, like you may want to do something, but you can't because you got mouths to feed, mama giving you that look, like, what are you doing? Well, first of all, we ain't in Cali, so I can't move the same way. I got to move with what's open. So what is that? That's the local establishments, if you get relationships that way, or you're on the yard, with name your favorite lettered agency that you want to work with.
Right.
Because I ain't giving y'all niggas no plugs.
Right. No, don't do that. Don't do that.
So,
don't do that at all. Yeah.
But at the end of the day, you're on the yard, you're working, and then you're doing your 9 to 5.
Yeah, I approve that message. Go ahead.
Hey, but so again, the constraints are there, and let's expand that conversation for a little bit when we start talking about the guys that are and the gals that are into entertainment, nightlife work, that kind of thing.
Okay.
Now it gets really murky.
Yeah.
Because it's like, do you even have permission to do that?
Do that, right?
Because anywhere else, it's like, let me see your license. You got a business license. Do you have permission from where you're working at?
Right.
And it's like the Wild Wild West out here, because nobody's running up questioning anything, because the people that you're working with are trying to stay open.
Yes. Yeah.
You as a promoter, entertainment person, this, that, and the third, I need you.
Right.
I need to put butts in the seats. I need motherfuckers drinking and having a good time, and within reason, obviously.
Within reason, yeah.
Don't tear my place apart.
Right.
That's another part of the conversation.
Right.
But it's a symbiotic relationship. they need them and that guy needs that guy. So relationship wise, it's important and it's a key factor in being successful. You've experienced it, bro. You know, you and I talked about some of the successes your group did when you guys were, you know, on the scene, doing entertainment and doing shows and promoting.
Right.
But you were doing it in a way where, again, like I told you, the big difference between some of the other folks is that you had a whole conglomerate of people.
Right.
Which means you have more brain power.
Right.
Which means you have more ideas and you have more willpower to get it off the ground, because everybody's got like an investment in it.
Right.
You know, because it's like time, and people, when I talk about time, I tell them straight up, man, that's the one asset you own that once you give it away, it's not coming back.
Right.
So you value your time more than anything else. So if you have that group of people that are thinking like-mindedly and thinking professionally, shit gets done. But when it's just you in a box thinking it all by yourself and you out here running for president, kissing babies and shaking hands and shit, then it's just you. Right. Which means you're limited. It's not a bad thing, but it's not a great thing either, because success comes with ideas. And those ideas can't always be internal. Sometimes it's somebody else giving you an idea that is like, I didn't think about that. That's actually a pretty good idea. You mind if I get down with that? Yeah, let's do it. Let us do it together. But again, individuals and egos.
I feel you on that one.
Individuals and egos.
Shit. Let me open the show.
Yeah.
We done talk for like 15 minutes.
Oh, shit.
I got a special one for y'all today. We got one Furious in the building, in his building. We in Furious Labs, you feel me? Like, share, and subscribe. Tell your friend, tell your mama, you feel me? Shout out to the day ones. Big up to the brand new viewers and whatnot. Thanks for tuning in. This episode and all episodes until further notice is sponsored by Duplex, you feel me? MP, we trust.
For sure.
Already. Let's keep talking.
All right.
Cause you done fucked me up. Cause I ain't think I'm about to do a basic ass motherfucking interview. How you got started, doing this.
But I've already done that.
Right.
Though,
but and I'm pretty sure if you seen the back porch, did they tap into that? Cause I didn't catch that one. They got so much fucking material. Shout out to the Back Porch Podcast, you feel me?
Big Stu, baby.
Yeah, already. Yeah. They got so much material. I'm still catching up or whatever.
I know, man. But they're doing a really good.
Yes, they are.
Quick shout out to my nephew, man. He is doing the damn thing.
Yes, he is.
He's got a great cast of people that come in and work with them. And one of the unique things that both of you guys possess is the ability to ask really, really good questions. No, I mean, when you think about it, man, if you look at people that, like, not saying that this is not professional, because it is. It's sponsored. It's legit. But you look at the greats, they know how to pull information out of the interviewee in such a way that it's like it just sort of spills out of them. Like, I don't know if they're cueing them beforehand. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. But as an interviewer, you kind of have to, like, drive the train. And that's something that both of you guys possess really well. Y'all have a unique ability to keep it moving without any stagnation or any, dead air, as it were. And it's like boom, boom, boom. And they're usually like it's not like surface shit. Right. It's usually nice, thought-provoking. Damn, let me go ahead and dig deep on that one while I talk about it type of stuff. And that's dope.
That took me a minute, which is one of the reasons why it took me so long to get here to you. I didn't want to come here fresh off of, we were just talking about some ass the other day, and then now here I'm talking to you, trying to give you an interview. And number two, I'm gonna keep it a buck. I didn't want to interview nobody. Yeah. Because one, I really didn't care that much to interview people. Okay. Because I didn't want to know about people. See, me and you go back, so this ain't an interview to me. This is just a fucking conversation to me. Word. You understand? Yeah. So to interview people, to ask people questions, meaning I thought the interviewer, am I saying that right? Yeah, you're right. The interviewer had to be somewhat interested. And I wanted to be somewhat interested because I wanted to turn it into a conversation versus well, what do you think about this? And how about the play on fifth? And da-da-da-da. I ain't want to be like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, they don't give a fuck. They just wrote that shit down, and then they went in and asked a question. And then, I feel like good interviewers, people that do the shit for real, they're trying to either, like you say, drive the ship or whatever and get the person to spill their truth, or paint a narrative and ask the questions to get that person to say the things, kind of maybe what they want to say. I guess
trying to align it.
Yeah.
We're aligning our conversation.
Right.
Yeah.
So and I ain't no journalist or nothing like that. So I ain't, it really wasn't in me. But then I started doing more and more with people that I actually wanted to do them with.
Yeah.
And it came more easier. On top of the fact that I feel like on my pod I talk too fucking much.
It's yours.
Right, but I got other cast members, and I want them to speak as well.
Yeah, well, that's shit that you work out amongst yourselves, man. But at the end of the day, it's your show,
right?
And you run it as you see fit, and you obviously you want to surround yourself with people that are, again, like-minded, and they're okay with contribution, whether it's minimalistic or it's something extreme. You got to set the tone for that, right? And then it's all about being a guy that has had a lot of experience in sales and production and that sort of thing. There's a term that you will hear a lot, which is basically voice of the customer, VOC. It's very important because as a person that's running something or doing something, that customer is what keeps you doing that thing.
Right.
So you have to always think, what is it that the customer wants to see? What do they want to hear about? What do they want you to be talking about?
Right.
In this particular instance, that's what we're talking about. Because the product is you sitting down, doing your thing, interviewing somebody, or not, just talking about today's events or what happened at a particular time.
Right.
Because it's your show, and you drive the narrative on that show. And I think that's cool at the end of the day. That's a thing. But yeah. Back to your point, though, as an interviewer, you can tell that there's been growth, and that's obviously what we want.
Right.
And then it's just a matter of how far off into it do you really want to go? Right.
Yeah, that's what I be thinking. Yeah. So I'm kind of choosy about who I want to interview and stuff like that. Because again, everybody don't deserve to be interviewed, in my opinion.
Okay.
There's some people that I really don't give a fuck about what they're saying.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? And so that's why maybe I haven't interviewed them yet, or will not interview them at all.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
So you don't feel like people don't have a story?
Everybody has a story. It's just a question of whether do I want to hear it or not.
But it's not about you.
I understand that, and I had to learn that later on. That's what I'm saying. I had to learn that later on.
We just talked about that,
right.
dog. It's
I had to learn that later on, that it's not about me.
Right.
And so, boom. With that being said, when it started coming to the point where I'm interviewing people that I really didn't, and again, I hope that everybody that I interviewed, that I hope the interviews were pleasant, and I hope everybody, I hope I didn't give off the vibe that I didn't give a fuck or nothing like that. So I'm apologizing right now if I gave that vibe, but I did not give that vibe. If I'm in front of you talking to you with these cameras, I fucking care.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Because I'm the one that's got to set these bitches up, and I'm the one that's got to cut all that shit up. So I fucking care. So if I've ever interviewed you from the first to the last, you know what I'm saying? I gave a fuck.
And there it is.
Damn, I think I lost my point.
That's right. You'll circle back eventually. It's
right?
right.
Yeah, chaos. Shit. I'm gonna get back to that.
Okay.
All right.
What else you want to talk about, dude?
Okay. Like I said, I ran into the Back Porch Podcast crew last night. They threw a party or whatever, and what I was noticing is all the artists that were there.
Okay.
And
what stood out to you?
What stood out to me?
Yeah. Because you've been in the game for a minute.
I was never okay. One of the questions I wanted to ask, and I'm gonna ask that question after I answer your question.
All right.
Everybody seemed passionate in what they were doing.
That's a good thing.
That is a great thing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You could see the love for what they were doing, whether they sounded good or not.
Because that's subjective.
Right. That is subjective. Right. Don't get me started.
It's real shit, bro.
This is why it's dangerous to have a conversation with you. Because again, it's just a conversation. I fuck around and say some shit that.
That's around to pull that damn thread.
Yeah, you done fuck around and started interviewing me.
Yeah,
and shit.
Right. We took a left turn at Albuquerque and shit.
So no, everybody seemed real passionate in what they were doing.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And I enjoy seeing that. I enjoy seeing people passionate about what they're doing.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? It's real cool at any level. This level. You know what I'm saying? At any level, it's real cool to see people passionate about what they're doing. The one rapper, I don't know if that was his girlfriend or his wife, that kind of really like made me smile because she was supporting him, she was videotaping him and whatnot, and I thought that was cool as fuck.
It is.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's a lot of cats out here that don't got that kind of support.
And that's the sad part.
Right.
Because nobody wants to do shit in a vacuum.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So kudos to the artist and his better half or girlfriend, what have you, come out and support.
Yeah, I didn't catch the artist's name, but shout out to him. Yeah.
That's super important, man, because when you think about like where a person is in their artistry and us being out here, right? Most of them, to your point earlier, was like, they just getting started. You know, there's very few times, even from MySpace, where I've run across like seasoned artists, somebody that's just like, they've been in the game for a hot minute, with the exception of like Sonny Hayes, and guys like that. Even my brother, Sleep. I told that story already, but I'll tell it again just because it's such a funny ass story.
Right.
But when I was introduced to him, he was still in the Navy.
Right.
You know? And he was doing this thing, and my boy brought him by the crib and said, "Hey, Furious, I want you to, give this kid a shot, man. Listen to him and whatnot." And I'm like, "All right, what's up?" And he shows up. We dap up and do all the things, talk about, what he's trying to do. And he breaks it down for me, and it makes sense. So I was like, all right, cool. I'll do whatever I can to help you. All right, so what we doing? He's like, well, just go ahead and start trying to stockpile some music, because he didn't even have any music yet.
Okay.
So we figured out that portion of the game, and we started recording. And that first time, it was the first or second, no, it was the second time he came by. Because the first time he was like, out the door. Second time he rolled in, I don't know if it was because he was uncomfortable with the music or he wasn't completely sure of his verses. And I think that's what it really was.
Right.
But yeah, man, we were up in this motherfucker, hit record, pow, running out of gas. And we ended up doing that like 5-6 times. By the time I get to the 6th time, I was like, bro, you gotta go.
Right.
He's like, what? I was like, oh, nigga, you gotta leave. But why? Because you don't know your poem. You can't come up in here and not know your poem, bro. I'm doing everything I'm supposed to do. Mixing, recording, mastering, all of that madness. My expectation is you're gonna be professional and you're gonna know your poem. You don't know your poem. So therefore you have to get the fuck out my house.
Right.
And he was hurt, bro.
I'm pretty sure he was.
He was.
Yeah,
he was hurt.
Yeah.
This motherfucker threw me out the house. But we talked about that years later.
Right.
And he's like, yeah, man, you're right. You was right.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah. I'm straightforward. I always will be. Like just a glass of gin with no ice in it. But it will never have malice behind it.
Right.
It's just, it goes back to the timepiece. It's like, man, I'm not trying to waste my time. And I'm not trying to waste yours either.
Right.
So you got to get it right.
Right.
And I think that level set him, because from that point on, pure. Just pure.
You came in ready to go every time.
Every single time.
That's
Matter of
good.
fact, he would come in and he'd have like extra stuff that he'd want to like throw off into it, like delving into it. He got to the point where he went out and he got a degree in this shit.
Yeah.
Through Berkeley. Same time I was working on my master's, he was working on his work to get into the business side of it.
Right.
And that's how serious that guy was about his game. And it showed, because his shit was like miles ahead of everybody else.
Right.
But this is the first time I'm going to say something that I haven't talked to anybody about.
Okay.
you'll be the first person I'll talk about because it concerns guys like you.
Okay.
His friends. And I'm not going to mention any names, but I had guys that call themselves being friends with him basically have zero love for his work. Like, it all sounds the same and it's just not there. And I'm like, what do you mean it all sounds the same? Are you listening to the same shit? Because he don't sound the same on every track. Yes, it's still him, but there's still a difference in cadence, delivery, tone, pitch. Maybe my ears are on steroids and yours aren't. Got it. But that's still one of your boys. And for you to not want to support, that kind of makes me wonder if you're actually one of his boys or not. You know?
Yeah.
So that bothered me quite a bit because it's like, come on, man. We all out here struggling, trying to get something that allows us to leave something behind.
Right.
Whatever it is, you know, and the people that you associate with, you're hoping that they're the kind of folks that are going to help you stay motivated, first of all.
Right.
And stay engaged and reciprocate love because you're putting your love into that work. At the end of the day, like what you're doing right now, man, you love what you do. You couldn't tell me otherwise.
Yeah.
Because if you didn't, bro, you'd be doing something else.
True.
You know, all the things in your day, you're filling it with this.
Yeah.
So that means that there's a deep affection there. And the people that are around you, that you've surrounded yourself with, have that exact same love. Maybe not at the intensity level
that I do.
Yeah, because it's yours. It's
right.
It's your baby, of course. But the fact that they're showing up.
True. Yes.
And they're supporting.
And I give them all the credit. I give them not necessarily credit, but I give them all the love for that.
Yeah, give them their flowers.
Yeah, I give them their flowers for that. You know what I'm saying? I really do. I give them the flowers for that because I couldn't have done it without them.
Facts. You could, but it'd be a hot mess.
I mean, it would be a mess. It would be a mess.
It'd be a hot mess.
I think I'm a criminal of that though. Of why you don't love it as much as I do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, yeah, I could go with that.
I'm not saying they don't love it. You know what I'm saying? Every time, and shit, I'm gonna say names. Every time Wayne pull up, I'm forever fucking grateful. You know what I'm saying? I'm
Shout out to
forever fucking grateful every time Wayne pulls up. I'm forever grateful that the butcher fucking took a chance with me and decided, let's do this. You know what I'm saying? Because we had been talking about this and attempted to do it once before, and it failed so miserably that we didn't do it for another 3 years.
Yeah, I remember that.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
But what do we do when we fall down?
We get back up.
And there it is.
And here we are now. And I really wish that had to work because we would have been light years ahead of schedule. That shit had to work or whatever. But that's neither here nor there.
Well, it's like I always say, man. It wasn't time.
True.
It wasn't time. Now, stuff happens for a reason, bro. There's a ton of synchronicity that goes on in our lives, and we create that synchronicity, and it's all based on practical experience. Where's the ego sitting at in there? What kind of headspace are you in? Whether it's a creative space, a non-creative space. There's a lot of shit that leads up to it. And you just got to pay attention. If you're not paying attention, it's just going to be like, boop, whatever, and just keep it moving. But you guys were paying attention. And you went back and retooled, came up with a better format because you figured it wasn't the show. It was maybe the material wasn't developed enough to get to everybody's palate.
Right.
Like, because it's real easy to like cordon yourself off. Because I've done it musically, where I was like, I like doing this type of music, and that's all I want to do.
Right.
And then I realized, like, well, I ain't getting no spins. Nobody listens to it, and you have to be honest with yourself and say, well, maybe I need to start doing other stuff.
Right.
And that's how it works. You get punched in the face a couple of times, dust off, like, all right, I'm not quitting. I'm going to go ahead and just try this along with this, and then this along with this. And then all of a sudden, you get that traction, and people start putting your stuff out there for you, because I'm only as good as the person that's listening to me.
Right. Hell yeah. That's the truth.
You know?
That's the damn truth.
Yeah, so that's real. Yeah.
And back to that, and to tie this back to the whole Sleepy thing, I ain't mean to go back there.
It's
miss
okay.
him so fucking much. I miss that motherfucker every day, man.
We were having a conversation about him today, dude. Because one of his songs came on in the whip. You know, and it was one that we had a lot of fun doing because he actually coerced me into doing some comical shit at the end of the song. And, you know, I'm all about making the voices and doing all kind of weird stuff when it comes to effects. And it ended up being a hot ass track. You know, he was playing that British dude that he likes to do. And, yeah, so, and it was just fire. And then, you know, oh man, I'm sleepy. Like, yeah.
One time for fucking sleep.
One time for sleep.
One time for sleep, man. Anyway, on that same subject, back to the original, how we even got here.
Yeah.
What's your opinion about, that's what I was thinking about, knowing that I was finna come interview you today or whatever, as I was listening to them last night, I was thinking to myself, what's your opinion between the artists today versus the artists back when Sleepy was, when you would, you know, record with Sleep?
Or just music in general?
I mean, not just music in general, like the difference between them then and now.
Well,
the artists themselves.
Oh man, there's a huge difference, but it's not the type of difference that you think it is.
Okay.
Okay. This might get a little weird, but no, because it's a dope ass question.
Okay.
And I actually like answering it, especially being a guy my age.
Right.
Because I've gone through multiple decades of music.
Right.
And had an effect to my taste in music because of going through those decades.
Right.
So what happens is that your senses start to expand. And as long as you go in it with a discerning eye and not a critical eye,
right,
you start to say, well, you know what? That's cool for right now. For everything that's popping musically. And there's a lot of industry conversations we could have about that shit too. But in the simplest terms, I don't compare them. I can't. Because one, Sleep was in a different era of music.
Of music, yeah.
The guys that are doing it, like my man Dre and all the cats that are out there right now, they're in this era.
Right.
So the ears and the people that are paying attention to listen to them, they're from this generation. So they don't really, unless they are highly experimental in their listening habits and like, oh, let me hear what some shit sounded like in 1975.
Right.
Or 1985.
Okay, well let me switch.
So you're not gonna get an opinion.
Right. Let me switch it up then. Is the work ethic the same?
I doubt it. To a certain extent. It's because things are easier to do now. Right?
Okay.
It's not an individual thing. It's the fact that because of technology and the way it has permeated how we do business and pretty much everything we do. Right. Especially in the music game. I mean, look, man, I'm tapped into a computer.
Right.
My shit lives in a box.
Yeah, Starship Enterprise is over here. I tell
you. No, for real. But I mean, I have instruments. They're all stuck up in there somewhere.
Right.
The fact is that technically speaking, artists have a lot of stuff available to them that allows them to kind of speed up their process and sounding more polished and professional. Now it becomes a matter of, do you have anything good to talk about?
Right.
Do you have any kind of charisma? You got Riz, something that is going to grab people's attention, your wordplay or your singing, your artistry. That's what starts to separate people from good, bad, or nothing. That's the true conversation.
Okay.
Like, what are you bringing to the table in that game, and why should I listen to you? You know, what's going to grab my attention? Are you telling me a story? Are you just doing something to be funny? Or are you being sexy? Or are you, what's your motif? Right?
Right.
It's like we listen to most of the music that's popping right now. The motif is kind of, it's a little bit of everything, depending on the artist, you know? I'm not going to call out any particular artist in this conversation, but when you look at it, they have a lane that they stay in. They very, very rarely come out of that lane.
Right.
Because if they do, then their fan base gets uptight.
Yeah.
Now that's something that could be talked about, is how ravenous fans are now. Because we're in an age where people can voice their opinion publicly. You know, keyboard warriors or whatever you want to call them.
Yep.
Where before nobody cared. Because they didn't have anybody to talk to about their opinion. But now we can get on, hey, you suck.
Yeah.
Bro, I don't even know you, motherfucker. But, you know, but thank you for your opinion.
Thanks for your opinion.
I appreciate you. Because all that's going to do is just fuel me to be like, okay, let me figure that out.
But you got a lot of people that don't, that take it the opposite way. And it stops them or makes them switch up because they're trying to appease this one person or whatever. So the internet is a tricky motherfucker, man.
All day.
It's a tricky motherfucker.
But that definitely drives the conversation and the narrative of what we're talking about.
Right.
But to rewind 30 seconds, I don't care what you think. At the end of the day, even though I kind of have to care, but I don't. Because I'm doing it for me. Now not everybody thinks like that.
Right.
Now the person is just doing it for everybody because maybe they got something in them that I didn't get enough hugs when I was little.
Right.
Or I need the attention because it helps me, get through the day. It makes me feel a level of importance that I need to have. I'm craving that. I need to be in that light and I need to be paid attention to. But that's all up here, But generally from an artistic position, whether it's a painter, a singer, or a sculptor or whatever, most of those people started with just the intent to please themselves. To do something that was aesthetically pleasing to them or sonically pleasing to them. It was about them at first.
Right.
It's not until influence comes in, like, hey, dog, you ever thought about like making a record or doing a recording or doing a gram or whatever, like moving it through technology? That's when it starts to become less yours and more theirs. And that's what's driving you now. It's like, man, I got to keep getting them likes, a dopamine hit. The motherfuckers like my shit. Let me get back in the stew. Let me keep going. And you lose track of why you started doing it in the first place.
Yeah.
And that's the thing that's a real portion of the conversation, and not a lot of people want to talk about that kind of shit.
Right.
They'd much rather just be on the surface.
Right.
And I'm cool with that too. But if you really want to get into it, it's really like this should always just be about you first. And if people they vibe. If they don't, it's okay. I just haven't found my tribe yet.
Here, I think I'm finna get in trouble for this one. But since we're here, how clout driven is Okinawa? Is it all to be the king of this shit or the queen of this shit or? Like, and I'm not talking about Japanese people. I'm talking about us.
You're talking about us.
Us. You know what I'm saying? Is it all like, because, our earlier conversation, we were discussing, ego this and this, that, or whatever.
Because it's important.
And my saying is, and I don't think I said it on the pod a couple times or whatever, but, I think it's a bunch of motherfuckers out here trying to be the king of nothing. You know what I'm saying? And
that's an opinion, though.
That is, and that's what I'm saying. It is an opinion. It is an opinion. It's my opinion. And the reason why I say that is because once upon a time, that's what we were doing. I'm gonna keep it a buck.
Yeah,
that's what we were doing. Yeah. Everybody was out here because it wasn't just my crew. It was several fucking crews out here.
Oh, I remember.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And we were all out here trying to be the king of fucking nothing. But I got to the nothing part as I got older. Because later on down the line, all that shit we did amounts to nothing now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It amounts to nothing now. Like
no.
I still have relationships that I built from it, but there's nothing that I can use later on down the line if it doesn't have nothing to do with that. Because everybody that I've dealt with in the past, or whatever, when I see them now, it seems like the only thing we have in common is that. You know what I'm saying? Outside, being outside.
Okay.
There is a few I can say we broke bread outside of that, which is one of the things that I'll be trying to tell motherfuckers like, yo, like amongst all of the sea of people you're going to meet while you're throwing these parties or while you're writing these verses to perform at this place or whatever, it's a couple of people you're going to grab along the way that you're going to end up breaking bread outside of that.
Well, yeah. Tribe finding its tribe.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so, but I don't, desire to throw any more parties. I don't desire to be on any more flyers. I don't want any of that anymore. And so I felt like, was it all for naught? Like,
no,
you know.
I think it was, at the end of the day, man, it was all for your growth. Right? Because the one thing that I think a lot of us kind of take for granted is like, the past is the past. That's the one thing that once it's gone, it's gone. You're not going to be able to affect it. You drag information from the past to your present, right? The reason why they call it the present is that's exactly what it is. It's a present. You don't have a guarantee about tomorrow.
Right.
Even though people focus themselves, well, I'll get to that next week, or we got this to do tomorrow. Motherfucker, you might not wake up tomorrow.
Right.
So you need to be in touch with yourself at the moment and understand that everything that you've done for however many years you've been on this planet has been nothing more than a business process or a journey or a set of building blocks to get you to this point right now where you're focusing on that exact moment. That's what's important. It's okay to have a little bit of disheartened feelings about it because some of the shit wasn't successful, and nobody wants to wake up and be unsuccessful.
Right.
That's not a thing. But it's still part of the lesson plan. And the thing is that even though you may never go out and produce or put out another show or do anything in that vein, you have information. And it's good information. So you now become the teacher.
Hard to do that.
Nah, it's not that hard.
Hard to do that.
It's not that hard.
Did I just tell you that story earlier today?
Yeah, but
right.
I'm just saying, it's like it's about your focus, bro.
Right.
You just got to think about it. And you kind of have to go in neutral. I know that's hard for you because you're just one of them.
I don't have a problem.
You're a passionate motherfucker.
I don't have a problem being neutral. I don't have a problem being neutral.
Okay.
And number two, something that I've learned in my older years, I don't have a problem giving flowers neither.
Bet.
You know what I'm saying?
Bet.
I don't have a problem giving flowers. If a motherfucker threw a party and that shit was fucking off the chain, and that's all everybody's talking about, I'll be the first motherfucker to say, hey, congrats. Much success for the future, blah, 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 whatever motherfuckers say when they give flowers. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no doubt.
Right. At the end of the day, man, it's all about me and the couch and the PlayStation. You know what I'm saying? If I'm not doing this right here or outside getting money, however I get money, that's what it's about. I don't.
Still part of growth, man.
Right. I don't. You know what I'm saying? I don't have a. You know. I want. Okay, I'm gonna say this, and I've never said this out loud, and maybe this is to me, this is one of the reasons why I feel so passionate about here, right? I remember when I first got here, and just like everybody else, I ain't fucking with no Japanese girls, I ain't going out to no Japanese clubs, I ain't doing none of that shit. I'm finna do my time and get back to the crib. Yeah. And then turned around, and I end up falling in love with this place. I want everybody, woman, man, black, white, you know what I'm saying? Anybody, any American that comes here, I want them to fall in love with this place just like I did, because it has so much to offer. Daytime, nighttime, nightlife, all day, you know what I'm saying? Whatever your niche is out here that you pick up on, I want people to fall in love with it just like I did, because I never thought in a million motherfucking years I would be here. And I want people to fall in love with Okinawa, with Japan in general.
Oh, absolutely. And I've said that before.
Yeah,
you know?
Just like I did, and in the ways, not necessarily the ways that I fell in love with it,
but they'll be similar though.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
Culturally speaking, they definitely would be similar.
We had the time of our fucking life. Military outside. When I got out of the military, outside of the military, when I first got back over here, we were talking about that fucking wall or whatever. So I had fucked up so bad to get back over here. That wall was like, the ends was touching. Like all I had to do was spit the wrong way and I would have got fucking hemmed up. Yep. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But in that little itty bitty space that I had, I fell in love with.
And you flourished.
Yeah. So I want everybody from the rappers to the promoters to just the motherfuckers that's going the gate too. I want every American that touch, every foreigner that touch ground over here in Japan, I want them to fall in love with this motherfucker just like I did.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I think that's why I'm so passionate about what I see, and, and stuff like that. Because
and it shows in your work too, because you are always propping up local artists, local businesses, people coming through. It already shows, and you're basically saying the same stuff I was talking about too. It's like when I came out here the first time, I didn't want to leave.
Right.
I literally did not want to leave, and it was like people back at the rest would ask, "But dude, why are you out there so long?
Right.
Why would you come back home?" I said, "Because I've been there.
Right.
And this is my home now. Why though? Why?" I said, "Bro, the culture, the people, and just the environment. That stuff is critical to you being a human being.
Yes.
In general.
Yes.
You know, you don't want to put yourself in places that make you miserable, because you're not gonna last long. This place does the complete opposite of misery.
It should.
It provides a true feeling of happiness.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I don't have to worry about much anything. And it's not even about that. I mean, we could talk about the whole difference between being in the States and being here. Yeah, whatever. The bottom line is that whatever makes you happy. I mean, like down to your core. Of course, that's what you're going to gravitate towards.
Right.
And this place naturally does that.
Yeah.
Just waking up in the morning, it's already like, it's going to be a good day.
It's going to be a good day.
I could be in traffic for the next 2 hours.
Yeah.
Trying to get to Camp Kinsey.
Right.
And it's still a good day.
Still a good fucking day.
It's a great day. So that is, again, culturally, because of the type of people we deal with day to day, the constant weather, even though it does get hot.
Yeah.
And then it does get wet.
Then a motherfucker.
And then a motherfucker.
Yeah.
But it's temporary. And the next thing you know, it's like, boom, I'm out at the beach flying a kite, or I'm taking a drive up to the mountains. Right. Or I'm going to a spot to go get something good to eat. Right. And there's like this huge choice of things to do. Even on, and you know what's amazing about it is that if people understood the size of the island, so like it's like 70 miles tip to tip, 5 miles across at its most shallowest point. Right. And it has over 1.7 million people here. Let that sink in. Right. And they're still coming. Right. And a lot of it has to do with the fact that, excuse me, Okinawa is actually mainland's Hawaii. Yes. You know, even though they don't treat them very well, but it's still their Hawaii, their version of Hawaii. And just like being in Hawaii, because I go to Oahu a lot, like every other year I got to go over there, and I see the similarities. That's why I'm bringing it up. And I see like the locals, the locals there are not happy. They're not happy at all. And I understand why they're not happy, because the cost of living is dramatically out of whack over there, right? Like a regular basic house, like we're talking like 2-3 bedroom house, maybe with a 2-car garage, you're up into the millions. Shit. I'm not kidding, bro. And some of the more less than desirable areas, although they're doing a really good job of like trying to clean all of that up. Right. But I remember the first time I went there, which was like maybe 2010, 2011, and there were certain places you didn't want to go. Right. And it's like they warn you, like, hey man, you don't want to be out there after like such and such time, because shit it'll get wild. Right. You gotta be careful. And then fast forward, where I've seen a lot of that's cleaned up, but in the act of cleaning it up, it also made it more expensive. So those people, indigenous folks that are living there and are from there and have family roots there, they're suffering from this gentrification process that's occurring there. And it's like it's getting too expensive for people to live there, and you got folks just trying to move to the outskirts of the island. There ain't so much of the island left. Right. You know, at some point they're gonna have to start knocking mountains down. Right. And we're coming towards that now here in Okinawa, because foreigners are coming in and they see, one, buying land here is not as expensive as it would be elsewhere. Right. Because it's just the market moves a little bit slower. But as things get bought up, all of a sudden, price is going to start it gets exponential, right? that's the driving force on what could potentially turn this place into a version of Hawaii, where people become disenchanted as natives here.
Right.
Because there's too many people trying to show up, and it's too much, it's too much stuff going on to the point where, I mean, how many malls do you need? You know, how many shopping centers do you have to put up? How many, places do you need to do before you know it's right? You don't know. That's the thing, because this is a very commerce-driven island. You think about the majority of the people that no shit are from here, working here, it's all service-driven.
Yeah, hell yeah.
There is corporate work here.
Yeah.
I know that, but it's like that.
Right.
The rest of it is all retail. And how may I help you?
Yeah.
Can I get that for you?
Right.
Do you want another
type
of scenario? That's only so much money.
True.
That's only so much money.
True.
But even with that being said, they're still very happy people.
Yeah.
They're still wonderful. They still treat you like gold. And
Yep.
they still, make your life as great as possible. Humanly possible.
Yeah.
And that's, I think, at the end of the day, any person that has any kind of sense about them, I'm talking about foreigners, us gaijin types, we see that, and especially now in today's day and age, that's like welcome, because they just think back to where they just came from. And it's like, nope.
Yeah.
Hey, can we extend, or can we find a way to stay out here?
Right.
Or, let me wife you up or whatever.
Right.
Or let me get this job, or let me do that.
Yeah.
I'm going to stay here.
Yeah.
You won't know it until you hit ground.
Yeah.
We could talk about it all day long. People in the audience can be like, okay, I don't know. You don't feel it until you walk through the door of the airport.
Yeah. It is a very inviting place.
You go outside and it's like, oh, this is different.
Yeah.
The energy is different.
The energy different, yeah.
And I'm an extremely energetic nigga. So at the end of the day, I'm always paying attention to that stuff. If I'm getting that something ain't right, I'm out.
Right. Yeah, hell yeah.
If I get that, I'm staying around.
Right.
And that's what it is. That's what makes me want to be just like yourself. I'm part of the furniture, bro.
Right, right.
My burial plot will probably be right down the street. So it is what it is. And it's all about decisions. And that's I think that's a key point of why people stick around over here.
Ah, damn, you just took me on a whole whirlwind or whatever. I now don't want to go back over there. I don't want to talk about that shit no more. Like when we first started to do this shit or whatever.
This iteration.
Not this particular interview, but this pod.
No, I mean this iteration of the podcast.
What made you go, all right, because if for those who don't know, Fierce is the one that set us up the very first time with cameras and lighting equipment and stuff like that. So he's seen the vision before. I guess I seen it. I don't know. I'm assuming.
Yes.
Which is the question. What made you go, okay? I'm finna help y'all out, or I'm finna lend y'all this, or I'm finna go through this. What was different from the first time to this time? What did we say or do, or like what the fuck? Like I
got the answer. I believed in you.
Okay.
That's it. I believed in you, bro. I mean, I had enough time on the streets with you. I know what kind of dude you are. I know you're an extremely intelligent guy.
Sometimes.
Don't fuck with you on Friday night.
Right, not on Friday,
yeah. That goes without saying. But no, I mean, like real shit.
Yeah.
I believed in what you guys are trying to do. And I felt like, again, if I have the ability to help a person that I care about, help them move forward. And all it's all about is like getting some gear or giving an opinion. Because again, it's just an opinion. You ain't got to run with that shit.
True.
You do it. Just on the strength, man. It's like, that's going to be good. If they keep going in this direction, it's going to be really good. I want to see it. I wanted to see it. So some of it was like, I want to see what he does with it, with, you and Butcher get off the ground with. And it was, again, this because you're the one walking the path, but it was miles ahead of what you started with.
Yeah.
And all it took was, you had to fall down on your face. You still got back up. and you thought about it, and you said, maybe if we do a couple of tweaks here and there, or change the format just enough to keep it interesting and not necessarily singular in nature, but let's talk about a lot of shit, or get a bunch of different people involved. That's when it gets good.
True.
And that's what you were doing. That's what you're still doing.
Yeah.
You know? So at the end of the day, man, and early on, before we even started the podcast, we talked about replication.
Yeah.
And the fact that there's all these other podcasts popping up. Because you're the blueprint.
Oh, don't do that. Don't pump
You're
my
the
ego.
blueprint.
Don't pump my ego up.
No. You are, no. I mean, real talk, dude. Within the last 10 years, I can only speak for Okinawa, but you're the only one that's really kind of put himself out there like that.
Yeah, that's hard to do too.
It is, because again, people don't like to hear the word no, and they don't like failure. But I'm here to tell you, man, I give failure a hug all the time. I give that bitch a hug. I love that bitch. That's my bottom bitch. Failure is my bottom bitch.
I think I had a trick with her a couple times, man.
Hey.
Yeah. I had a trick with her a couple times.
Bottom line, because she will teach you a lot.
Yes, she will.
She will teach you a lot, and it'll hit at certain levels depending on how far into it you want to get with her. You know, she can scratch your knees up a little bit, or she can fucking take your head off.
Yeah, she can.
It really just depends. We try to avoid those type of scenarios by thinking before we walk in, but that's the whole point, man. People that succeed all the time, they don't really know what failure is. So when it does happen, it becomes catastrophic. Like they don't recover.
Right.
But people that fail, get back up. Fail again, get back up. Every time they get back up, they're further than where they were when they started. Because that failure is giving you valuable information. More information that you'll ever get from just winning. Because winning is just repetition.
Right.
Just keep doing the same shit you're doing.
Right.
Until somebody does it better. Failure teaches you, oh shit, I need to do this.
Right.
I need to do that, and I can go back in it.
Do you think, and to piggyback off what you just said, do you think we live in a time where a L is not acceptable?
Only because of public knowledge and opinion. I feel like at the end of the day, man, this goes back to our keyboard conversation. Right. Because everybody has such a high value placed on their own personal opinion.
Right.
And you get enough of those together, it does affect a person's mindset. It's that you have to learn how to shut that stuff out. I'm not saying, by no means am I discounting someone else's opinion. What I'm getting at is that I'm not going to put a whole lot of credence into it.
Right.
It's like, okay, cool. You got your opinion. I'll take it into account while I'm doing my math. If it's part of the equation, it'll stick. If it's not, then it gets resolved. So to your initial question, yeah, public opinion drives a lot of shit now. Yeah. A lot. And again, it's only because we have all of the social media that's sitting out in front of us that drives that train. I got to get the likes. I got to get that dopamine. I got to get the love. I got to get the thumbs up. I got to get the emojis. I got to get all of it. It's wake up in the morning, I'm on my phone or on my, on my computer, because we've been conditioned to that point. Right? As cold as it sounds, that's kind of where it's going. Yeah. Which means that now what you think of an opinion might have been 20 years ago, it's not the same. Yeah. Because there's a lot more, there's an edge on the opinion now. There's a really sharp little edge, just enough to nick you, and if you get too much of it, then it shuts you down. So to me, it's because we've been taught to buy into that opinion so much that it drives what you do. Every step you do or commit to is based on, what's the gram think? Right. Hell yeah. Right? No, dead ass. So that's the problem. And it is a problem. We have to accept it that is no shit a problem, even though we contribute to it. But the fact is, and this is why, I have conversations with my boys, and I feel bad for people that are younger than me, and what they got to look forward to 20 years from now, 20, 30 years from now, it's going to be fucking crazy.
It's going to be crazy, yeah.
Because all of this stuff that we're doing right now, that churn that's occurring right now, all it's going to do is just expand itself. And it's going to get ridiculous, like to the point of like, I really don't want to be here, I think that's it. Done with this shit. Let's move on to the next round.
Right.
But it's a complex problem. And I feel like it's something that at some point we'll all have to like sit down and really reevaluate it. But I don't think anybody wants to right now because it's too much fun. It feels good. Again, it's a mental stimulus. We love being stimulated. And at the end of the day, I'm not trying to come off that crack right now. So that's it. I'm literally that's what it comes off like. It's like I'm not trying to put the glass thing down right now.
Right.
I just want to keep riding this high.
Keep riding this high, yeah.
So it ain't gonna end well. Well, I don't think it's gonna end well. I want to be wrong about that.
Right.
100%.
Nah, I doubt that you're wrong.
I doubt very seriously.
Yeah, I doubt that you're wrong. I feel like it's gonna get worse. It's gonna get worse. And it's not one of them. It's gonna get worse before it gets better. Nah,
it's just gonna
get worse.
It's just gonna get worse.
Yeah.
There is no back progression on that. It's just full steam ahead, and it is what it is. I feel like even with that being said, I am so happy that I'm here in this era. I'm cool with it because this is what makes me immortal. I know it sounds funny when I say it, but immortality is based on knowledge, not necessarily physical or chronological presence.
Right.
Because at where I'm at in my age and all the information that I know and I've tapped into, family members, mom, pop, grandparents, I can go all the way back to the 1900s. The 1800s, actually, because of all the information that was given to me as I was growing up. Coming from those points in time, it expands my consciousness. So now I'm over 200 years old, mentally.
Right.
You know, when you think, as crazy as that sounds,
all that information passed.
All that information getting passed to you is all critical to how you think about everything you do, because you are talking to people that have experienced a certain lifestyle or a certain point in time. And you're taking that information with you. And they were passed information from people before them. And they took that information. So literally, like I said, your time and your mental existence is expanding to the point where like, yeah, I'm 100-something years old because of all the shit that I know that everybody was teaching me. There's a double-edged sword on that though, because it also contributes to ego.
True.
That's the problem with it. So if you take it as just basic knowledge, information, you know, don't put any kind of coloring on it. It is what it is. But the moment you start taking that information and it affects your biases, that's when it becomes a problem. So you have to be careful about that. And I've always tried to pay attention to it. I still have biases. I try to destroy them as I see them because I feel like that's how you grow.
Right.
You know, and understanding everybody has a selective bias. But why do you have it? And what are you doing about getting rid of it? Or are you just that motherfucker that just gives it a hug and I'm okay with being an asshole? You know, I'm not. So that's just how I think about it.
I got
that's
you.
That's the answer to your question, bro.
Got you. All right, before we sign off, I know I said this twice already. Before we sign off, any advice for the youth out there?
Be passionate about what you do. You heard me say it earlier. You got to be a student of the game. You don't know everything. Nobody does.
Right.
Learn every part of it. Don't just stick with the favorite stuff. Because I see people do that a lot. Like they pick that one thing that they feel like this is it, and they miss out on everything else. Be a student of the game. Don't take no for an answer.
Right.
You know, like I said, you're doing it for yourself anyway.
Right.
So why disappoint yourself?
Why disappoint yourself?
You know, you're the most important person at the end of the day with that.
True.
That's the easiest bit of advice I can give you within 30 seconds.
Okay.
Other than that, you're going to have to pay me. I'm expensive as fuck.
I'm about to turn these cameras off. All right, I appreciate it.
No, man, I really appreciate you coming to the lab.
Man. It's again, all of the stuff we talked about beforehand, if that had made that on any of these cameras,
you'd be in trouble.
Huh?
You'd be in trouble.
Yeah. A lot of
Only
fights.
for a little bit.
A lot of fights.
Only for a little bit.
A lot of phone calls. A lot of phone calls.
Yeah.
But,
and again, that's because ego, though.
I feel you. I feel you. And again, if I'm wrong for not doing that? Is that me putting my shit to the side because I won't do that? Because I know okay, real talk. If I just ran off and just started talking about shit as I seen it, that would probably get way more views way faster than any motherfucking thing else.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying?
That's true. Because it's unfiltered.
Right.
Yeah.
And I don't, that's the high wire act that I got to do every time I turn these cameras on. Because if I said what I really want the motherfucker say on here, like, you feel me?
Yeah.
But then I have to kill a lot of motherfuckers. And I don't want to do that
And we don't want you to do that.
Right.
Bro. No.
So, yeah, man.
So I get it. I mean, but to your point, that's the high wire act.
Yeah.
And it also shows that you have a consciousness.
I do.
You know, it's like I'm conscious about what I'm putting out there for human consumption.
Like I said at the very beginning, again, watching Ali Sadiq, you know what I mean? Shout out to Ali Sadiq. There's consequences to your actions. And I honestly feel like a lot of motherfuckers out here don't feel like that. You know what I'm saying? But I live in...
You get lulled into a false sense of security.
Right.
Yeah.
And I don't want to be the lawmaker. You know, I really don't. That's why I said best to avoid it and put it down and leave it alone.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
That's a choice.
Right.
And we have choices.
And that's the choice that I choose. And I'm also choosing to thank you for doing this. I appreciate it. Nah, I appreciate it. Yeah, I really do appreciate it, man.
Real talk, man.
All right, man. This is YBZ the podcast. This your boy Jay. We in Furious Lab. One Furious. Y'all know what to do. Like, share, subscribe. All the good things. We out of here. Be easy. And yeah, that's that.